Today's your lucky day, Sir Knight. You're getting a second chance. I talked it over with Mother, and... well, let's just say I've cooled off quite a bit since I learned the truth about you. So, up you come, sir. Let's get you cleaned up. What? I'm serious. Did you really think I was going to let you wallow in here the whole night? Sir Knight. Darling. I'm perfectly capable of cruelty, true, but never towards someone I love. Now, you look very handsome covered in all that battle debris, but you've worn it for long enough. Come along, soldier. How does it feel? Warm enough? Good. I knew it would be. It took some trial and error for a while, but lately I've been able to get the temperature perfect every time. How? Why, there's an entire room below this one dedicated to heating my bathwater. Magus built it for me. He could tell you how it works, but I wouldn't recommend asking. He was a mason in his youth, did you know? Well, he won't hesitate to remind you at every chance he gets. Not only will he tell you how the heating room works, but he'll specify each exact measurement he took along the process of building it, and how the gravitic pull of the land below us keeps the fountains running, and blah 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 blah. But I am grateful for his contribution to my health, and his pocketbook will surely reflect that notion, my darling. Now then, move over a bit, if you will. I know how large my bath is. I use it every day. Well, almost, anyways. But I want to sit there. So, Scoochie. Oh, don't be so shy, Sir Knight. Didn't you ever bathe with your fellow knights before? Well, you did say you were never an actual knight until we took you in. Well, I suppose a little nervousness is fair, but you can do away with it, Sir Knight. I don't intend to poke your eye out. Oh, that really is perfect. Gods, it's the best every time. I'll never get over it. So much has happened these past few days. I almost feel like a completely different person from who I was before. A new Eliwood. Old Eliwood, just 1 week ago, had never seen combat. He had never commanded a company of knights. He had no idea what became of his father. He didn't know his hand-picked bodyguard was a dissident spy, either. Oh, don't look so guilty, Sir Knight. I could berate you until devils rise and angels descend to war for the material at last. But, honestly, I don't take it personally. Not anymore, anyway. The Crimson Crusade just got its hands on you before we could. And you were simply doing what you had to do to survive. And I'm sure you didn't expect to meet a prince like me when you were chosen to infiltrate my house. Maybe you heard some things. Maybe you told yourself you would put the mission first, but... I suppose I got in the way of your little plans, didn't I? And after all, the magnanimous House of Stormright has given you a second chance. With my father unmasked as a false lord, I know that I have your full loyalty now, don't I? Good boy. Now, turn around. So I can wash your back? Yes? You're not going to be able to reach everywhere with those sword-swinging arms of yours, now are you? That's better. Now, just relax. Oh, please, this honor is mine. Are you kidding? Have you ever seen yourself? Gods, you're like a statue of Helio, or one of his archangel generals. Now hush, you little hunk of a man, you. I have to concentrate. You've got some scars. They're very beautiful. They make you look tough. Each one a badge of honor that shows how hard to kill you are. It's very impressive. Would you mind telling me about how you got them? There's some smaller ones, but what about this gash? Running from your side to here, just beneath the opposite shoulder blade. A dagger cat? Goodness, I didn't know those were found down here. I thought they mostly kept to the Nordlands, or Hyperborea at the closest, but... A traveling circus? Well now, that is bizarre. I hope everyone else turned out all right. What about this little stab wound here? It looks like a stab wound, at least. An arrow? In your back? Sounds like someone wasn't playing fair at all. That must have been annoying. I'm guessing they got what they deserved, though, seeing as how you're still here. And what about this big one here, right across your chest? Oh, the Crusade. You fought against them at first? Then how did you come to be recruited by them? A choice? That's no choice at all. To agree to remain a prisoner while waiting to be ransomed off to gods know who? Of course you joined them. My poor man. You never wanted any of it, did you? It's okay. It's okay, darling. Let me just hold you this moment. There you go. It's okay. I've got you. Those monsters will never hurt you again. I'll make sure of it. Me, and every last storm-right night in our great house. But mainly me. You know, I think we make a great team, you and I. What with my dashing good looks and incredible battlefield charisma and your sheer strength and ability. No one can stop us. Here, turn back around. Now you shall wash my back, Sir Knight. Yes, let me get in your lap, please, if you would have this lowly prince. Good, thank you kindly. Cozy. Sir Knight, don't get too comfortable now. Bathing first. Yes, sometime this evening, please. That's the stuff. Just a bit lower. Left. There it is. Oh, gods, this is just what I needed right now. No one ever told me how much moving around would come with traveling in a warband. I feel like I've gotten to sit down for all of 15 minutes between today and yesterday. Oh, and the laborers are all probably going to show up to court tomorrow begging for some sort of relief after this whole catastrophe, even though most of them were nowhere near the site of the initial attack. Oh, I'm in for so much administrative hogwash I can barely stay awake thinking about it. But at least the kingdom remains intact, despite what tragedies it has endured. Right about now, Mother is probably hip-deep in wine, daydreaming about storming her way down to the dungeon to bitch my father out until dawnbreak comes. But she told me she's going to try and wait until morning to see him, which I think is best for both of them, honestly. This late at night, they both will need some rest before she unleashes whatever words she has in store for him. I'm sure LeChance will have his own things to reconcile with my father, but after what happened, he may need some time to think about things first. They used to be very close, he and Aranor. LeChance was his squire in the early days of Father's knighthood. For every battle my father has fought, LeChance was likely right there beside him. I can imagine how betrayed he must feel. Probably more than anybody else in this kingdom. Maybe just as much as my mother herself. But luckily, he still has his right-hand man, that one sergeant. Casper, I think his name is. I'm sure LeChance sees much of himself in Sergeant Casper. Perhaps their bond will one day be stronger than that which LeChance shared with the King Aranor in times of yore. That old softy. I wonder why he never got married. You don't think? The captain and the sergeant? No, I think I'll let that one be. No, sir, I've got nothing to do with any of that, thank you very much. Gilliard's practically an uncle of mine. Anyway, I'm just glad they all seem to have come around to you, despite this rocky little beginning we've had. Truthfully, LeChance may also have some choice words for you yourself. But I won't let him lay into you for too long. I'll come up with an excuse to pull you away. Don't worry, my love. Yes, you're my love, remember? I was half dead when I confessed to you for Indra's sake. I didn't say it by mistake, you know. I love you. And you're all mine from now on. That means you are to give me plenty of kisses every day henceforth. Why, I shall require at least 64 between every rest. No, 64 squeezes, yes. And no less than 82 kisses per day. With at least 1 hour of cuddles in the morning, and another hour before bed, of course. I shall have someone draw up a contract tomorrow. I'm much too hands-on for all that clerical jargon anyway. You know, I am to be crowned king soon. Mother thinks I'm ready for it. To be handed key and throne to the entire Stormright hold, and join the 7 monarchs upon the round table of the Supreme King. You'll have to start calling me Your Grace before long. Feel free to practice that any time, by the way. I won't mind. But when that happens, it won't be long before I can instate you as Lord Commander of the Royal Guard. It's an old title that we haven't needed to fill in years. Captain LeChance has been perfectly capable to handle those duties in our long reign of peace. But I think it would be good to have someone dedicated to the role, don't you agree? Think about it for a while. My coronation could take weeks to happen anyway. So just let it simmer, I suppose. Oh, and this might sound out of the blue, but do remind me to have a chat with Magus tomorrow. I need to ask him some things, and I know I'll forget if I don't go out of my way to do it. Thank you, darling. Oh, hello. Now then, we're all clean, but it's getting quite late, and the barracks are such a long walk from here. How about you stay with me tonight, Sir Knight? Yes, I mean it. 1 room, 2 men. How about it, Sir Knight? Glorious. And don't worry, there's well enough room for the 2 of us in my bed. What sort of prince would I be if I didn't have a comically large mattress? Yes, my dear, you are in for the greatest sleep of your life.